Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Marketing Podcast, your source for all things marketing. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today is a very special Reunion 2020 episode. What is that? That's when I bring on a guest I had on the past back on the show because I liked him so much, I had to bring him right on back. So today's guest is Patricia Beitler, and she's the president over at Velocitas Interactive Marketing and Public Relations. Patricia, welcome back to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me back.
So I'm excited to get into today's topic, leveraging PR. So a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of executives listening, and they're, they may want to leverage PR, but they don't know exactly how. So, I mean, you're over 18 years in the business, so you're definitely ingrained in that niche, and we're going to provide some tips for them, or you're going to provide some tips today for them on how to do it accurately. But before we do that, I don't want to assume that all our new listeners caught your first episode. So let's just start with you telling us a little bit more about what you're doing over at Velocitas, please.
Yes, we actually work from developing a brand or from scratch, whether it's from a startup or rebranding a company that perhaps has been in business for some time and they want a fresh new look, which is also very engaging, to their clientele and also to create, a buzz around their brand. And we basically now have become, a full service marketing and PR company that work as partners with other companies, whatever stage they are in, we come in and can provide that that support for them on an ongoing basis. And we love what we do, and we are all about creating results and engagement, and doing a variety of services and options to create that engagement, whether it's online or with traditional publications such as public relations.
What, just so the people listening have a good feel for your practice or the agency and the type of clients you like to work with, are there any particular niches or type of clients that you prefer or that gel best with Velocitas?
Yeah, well, we actually have 3 verticals, and they are in the legal space, law firms that are, have a few attorneys and or larger, or also the companies that, as I mentioned, that are maybe at a certain place where they are. We've worked with B2B. Actually, B2B is also one of our expertise. But depending on where they are, it's important for us. We come in, like as I mentioned, as a partner, and work with them as their basically outsourced marketing department. And the other space that we've been growing in a lot is the health and wellness space, and we really love that too. It's become a really nice part of our portfolio, and just expanding that, has really been great. So those are really our main areas, which obviously from the business side, there's a lot of different options, but the B2B is definitely one of our strengths.
So let's get into today's topic. So leveraging PR. A lot of people listening want to do it, know they need to do it, but don't necessarily know where to start. So where do you want to take us with that one?
So the great thing about PR is that it's almost like you're building the story of your brand, and whether it's a personal brand or your company, and being able to put that out there. And one of the best things about once you leverage it and utilize it in the way that that it should be, is that it really it elevates your brand, and you get a lot from the Google standpoint, from linking. Everybody wants a lot of linking so that when people Google your name or your company name, it is high on the the first or second page of Google. And being able to leverage it, whether you decide to use a news wire initially to put out a release about some great news that's happening in your company, or also whether you have a media list or a goal of where you'd like to be. Perhaps you're reading the Wall Street Journal and you'd like to be featured there. Everybody has a wish list, so to speak. So I think that once you start working in that space and put that out there and keep building it, then you could definitely leverage it for exposure and growth for your company.
That's awesome. And so let's I want to take just one step back maybe, because some people out there, I find that people fall into like two categories. One is they know about PR, they know they need to do it, maybe they aren't that good at it, but then there's the other side that don't really understand how important PR can be to their business. Let's talk to them for a little bit about that. Maybe have never even considered PR, and they're listening to this right now, and they're like, yeah, but it doesn't apply to me. So I love that you brought up a niche of lawyers, right? So meaning traditionally, for some people that have never explored PR, they may think, that's for just celebrities or for this or for that. And you said, yeah, we work with lawyers. So let's talk a little bit more about that and what that looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the way that it can be for everyone, as you mentioned, is that the best part about it is that it can position you as an expert in your field. And specifically for attorneys, whatever their specialization is, they can, create articles and be in publications that are very targeted and specific to their field. And that goes for anyone. It doesn't necessarily have to be an attorney. It can be, a tech startup, and they're now in a place where they really want to get out there more and create visibility for the CEO, and they want to be in, some tech publications, and that way people can create more awareness of what they're doing, whether they're looking for venture capital or they just want people to know who they are, then they can utilize that. So I think that that's one of the great things. It's almost like I look at it more once your brand is in place and your online presence and all of that is solidified, then the next phase is PR, and looking at what those goals are within that space to really, elevate the brand on Google and in other ways to target their goals and create awareness.
No, I love it, and I always like to tell people this: like, what's the first thing you do if somebody requests a meeting with you or something else, or especially if somebody wants money? The first thing you're going to do is go to Google. You're going to Google their name. You're going to see what comes up. You're going to see who they are. So, what makes you think that people aren't doing the same thing to you? That's what I always tell people. I say, what makes you think that? Are you the only person that has that bright idea to research the person? So if you're not creating that something for them even to find, then by definition you are doing something. So doing nothing is doing something when we're talking PR and media and marketing. If there's nothing out there, that could work against you just as much as there being bad things out there for you. Especially if you're looking to raise money or do something like that. They can't find anything. It's like, who is this person? Why are we going to write them a check? We haven't seen anything they've done. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't even have a LinkedIn profile. So it's like, all right, like, who is this person, right? So, Patricia, if somebody's listening to this and they want more information on Velocitas or on connecting with you, what's the best way for them to reach out?
They could visit our website at velocitas.com. And also send an email there at info@velocitas.com.
Fantastic. Well, Patricia, it's been great catching up with you, and thank you for coming back on the show, of course. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Marketing, don't forget to give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you're doing for marketing and PR. I'd love to continue the conversation and take it over to the YouTube community. And Patricia, thanks again for coming on the show.